now that we're able to see all of the agent's abilities in gameplay, I wanted to analyze his abilities and give you guys my opinion. Not super spoilers, I think he is pretty OP. So I think the ability that has everybody talking is Cove. Equip a sphere of shield and water, fire to throw, alt fire to underhand throw. Upon impact on the ground, spawn a water shield that blocks bullets. Now, I just want you to understand how powerful it is to create a smoke that is incapable of you being able to spam through it. It means that, for example, if a bomb were to be halfway diffused, or you can just get a halfway diffused for free, it means that in so many scenarios, you are going to be able to defuse that bomb so much easier and essentially be able to guarantee some rounds. Now, the range that it covers is nice and spacious. As you can see there, it takes a few amount of bullets to be able to break it, and that's with a rifle. Now, at the cost of 350 credits, it's definitely going to be in that range of a stage wall where you really have to think about using it. You only get one per round, so you have to be strategic about it. But nonetheless, it's definitely an ability that can change the tide in some scenarios used properly. I think it's absolutely going to be really well used. It's going to allow for plants. It's going to allow you to entry in tight spots where you're afraid of getting spammed. Will be really helpful on those long spacious maps like Icebox, B-side, or Breeze in general. Next up, we have a Cascade. You equip a wave of water. The wave will keep moving forward. You can press the button again to stop it. And any players who are hit are also slowed. This is huge. For example, when you're preparing for a defuse, you can combo the Cascade. With Cove, you slow them down. And then if they're waiting around the corner, they'll get slow. They won't be able to get into the range to shoot the bubble. And then that'll give you enough time to maybe get a full defuse off of the slow and then the shield, for example. It will not defend through bullets because otherwise that'd be way too broken. Next up, we have High Tide. This is essentially a way where you can create a wall. You send out the wall. It kind of works like Phoenix, where you can essentially move your cursor and you can create the shape that you want of the wall and where you want to place it.
Water rising.
Now, it's pretty cool because you can create a full circle with this. You can entirely cover areas. You can cover, for example, A side on Breeze, B side on Icebox. You can cover many scenarios. It will go up on ledges. It will go up on platforms. So you have a lot of flexibility with this, and it's essentially the main way you are going to be smoking sites. Now, I think the issue with wall smokers is that they don't exactly cover the niche that you will need from a traditional smoke. So this character will either be the second controller or he'll be the main controller on maps like Icebox and Breeze and will replace Viper essentially. Although I think teams are most likely to run two controllers. I also think that because Chamber is getting nerfed, teams are going to be using Chamber less. Therefore, that'll open the slot up for another character. Therefore, much more likely we get two controllers. Now, the ultimate is pretty cool because it creates a range where anybody in that range will get concussed. So that's a really good entry ult. It's also a good ult to stop when they're planting. Because the way this character works is that his utility is all very strong and purposeful. You have the wall to control a side. You have the bubble to be able to defuse or plant bombs or even protect certain entries. You have Cascade that also controls a big area of the map. And then lastly, the ult can just control a whole area. So there's a lot of pieces of utility that you have that can be completely around changing, which I think make this character really flexible, really strong, where he can almost shine on any type of map. And it played by somebody who really masters his abilities and has a good timing for smokes in general, which is the whole point of being good at controller. I think this character can really shine.
What Phoenix fight?
No.
Why would I play? That looks like a shittier. Or wait, I'm wait. Oh my!
Nonetheless, I think Harvard will be a very strong agent, and I am definitely going to try him out. I don't specifically main controller, but I mean, I think at this point he might be a little bit of free elo. So let's get that radium possibly with him. You know what I mean?